everyone, Ben here from Midwest Mountain Outdoors. I got two stabilizers here. Some of you may be familiar with at least this one. This is the Mathews Bridge-lock stabilizer. Very expensive. This is the 12-inch stabilizer in shale color, $270, $280. I came across this one. This is from Viper Archery Products. This one here, this is the 10-inch version. This was $80. I wanted to find out if this stabilizer is really worth an extra $200. So kind of an apples to apples comparison, or at least as close as I can. Granted, this is a 10 and this is a 12-inch, but what I'll do is I'll mount this up in my bow, and then I'll shoot with this one, and then I'll put this one in at that same distance out. So at least we're comparing the same distance off the riser. Interesting note, this is the 10-inch one. Pretty heavy weight out here. This 10-inch one weighs 8 ounces, and this 12-inch stabilizer from Mathews weighs 7 ounces. So it's a little bit longer, a little bit lighter, so you get in a little bit of weight, can get a little bit more weight further out without having to add weight necessarily. So let's put this one on. I'm gonna shoot my Mathews lift, 70 pounds, 29-inch draw, pretty common across the industry as far as statistics. People are pretty familiar with this bow by now. So let's put this one on. So I'll go out, just put it at as far as this one can. Both of these mount up the exact same way in this bridge here. So I'll put it out as far as it can. It does give you 1-inch increments, so you could push this in all the way if you wanted to, store it in your case, or different lengths depending on how it feels good for you or not. But just for this test, I'll put it all the way out, get that locked in. All right, I'm just gonna shoot at close range. Again, this is the Viper Dovetail. It's a 10-inch model. Have it at the furthest out, so it's about 9.5 inches. Mentioned before, but Mathews lift, 70 pounds, 29-inch draw, pretty standard with things. Just gonna shoot at close range. I'll shoot a few arrows and kind of describe what I feel as I shoot here. So the vibration there, there is vibration there. If you're gonna look at like a vibration curve, it's low feels low in intensity, but it does last a while. So it kind of, you initially feel that vibration, and then you can almost feel these little rubber parts kind of flutter after you shoot for a while. And I'm not gripping the bow, just your standard kind of relaxed, loose hand on everything. So yeah, so there's some vibration there. Low in intensity, long in duration. So you feel it, and you kind of feel that thing, feel it flutter out. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna shoot this one with it off, just to see what that feels like. Instantly notice the weight gone. So you instantly notice the weight is gone. A little bit more shaky on the hold there, and that vibration that I felt before, kind of like that low duration or low intensity and longer duration flutter, really isn't there. So let's put on the Mathews and see what that feels like. Get this, I have this marked, so it's the same, except Mathews puts a lot more little indents on there. So this looks like about every 1/2 inch you could adjust that to. And I remember I have this one marked here, so I go, but no, this is about 10 inches off. Get that snug out. So this is about 10 inches off. Like I said, this is the 12-inch model. So there's like 2 inches back here. about 10 inches out front. It does weigh less by an ounce, so I'll see if I notice the weight differences there. But I'll go ahead and shoot one more arrow and kind of describe what that feels like. I notice the weight difference right away. So that feels almost exactly, the vibration feels exactly like when I didn't have a stabilizer on there. A little bit higher in intensity, if you're looking on a curve, on a vibration curve, a little bit higher in intensity, but very short in duration. It's more of a, it just stops right away. Whereas this one, the vibration is a little bit less, but longer. I felt that kind of flutter out. So really, I'll grab an arrow here and I'll shoot a couple more of these. All right, so that was, I'd say, very noticeable as far as how the vibration feels with that. So right away I noticed the weight is out there, a little more balanced than without a stabilizer, that is. So without a stabilizer, so putting this on feels exactly how it is without the stabilizer as far as their vibration, except that weight is a little bit further out front, and I feel a little bit more stable with it. I'll shoot one more, just because it is quite surprising to me how different that is in the hand feel. There. So yeah, the vibration is there, but it immediately stops. Whereas with the Viper, the vibration is there, and you can feel that kind of flutter. So one thing I didn't mention, probably why things cost so much. Well, obviously, I'm sure this is machined probably in the States. This is assumingly not machined in the States, but this one does have a dampener out front. Or, it's a little weight through an isolator. Sucks up a lot of vibration. This really has nothing besides this rubber that's out front. So yes, this rubber will soak up a little bit of energy, and also probably having a little bit more weight out front, you kind of feel that a little bit there. So all in all, I mean, 80 bucks and 280 bucks, I'll let you decide if that's worth it. One thing I kind of thought about doing is actually, I think there's a couple different companies that make almost like bolt-on. You can use your actual weight threads out here that you can bolt on a little dampener. So I think Quattro Archery just came out with one. I think it's like 30 or 40 bucks, but probably costs you 20 bucks to ship it, because I think at least they used to be from South Africa. But something like that, you could get this for 80, spend 30 or 40 bucks on that other dampener, and maybe it would get you close to that. But I know that if a guy could get one of these for half price, half price still being way over the price of this, but I don't think it's quite worth that extra $200 for it. But if you're finicky on how that feels in your hand and you want the bow to feel exactly how it does, like without a stabilizer, as far as vibration, but you want to have some weight up front to get a little more stable, you could go with that. If you're not super finicky on how that bow feels in your hand as far as the aftershot vibration, you just want a little bit more weight out front, go with this one. I didn't compare anything as far as sound, but I'm in my garage here, so things kind of echo, especially shooting off that target. But all in all, not disappointed in this by any means for $80, and I might consider looking into one of those stabilizers to put off the front. Not stabilizers, one of those dampeners to put off the front of this. Might be able to get it to mimic this a little bit more. But man, this is sweet. And I'm not just saying that because it's $280, but the vibration is much less as far as in duration. The shock just stops immediately. So cool. Let me know if any of you've played with both of these, or if you've used this with a dampener on the front. Interested to see your feedback with things like that, but let me know if you have any questions. Appreciate you watching.